camera. Ready and action. Wait. Right. 1, 2, and 4.
It's so compelling as something that you want to watch again and again, and that was when we knew that, or certainly I looked at it and thought that you had come up with something quite special. I always think of the Idents as sort of the unbreakable spirit of Channel 4. And we talk about Idents as being a treat for viewers. The 4 is treated as a traveller, as a guide through kind of the universe of Channel 4.
This felt like a brilliant opportunity for art practice and love song to combine and do something together.
We kind of approached art practice with a relatively loose brief around putting the 4 back at the heart, portals, and the idea that, you know, if you travelled, where would you end up next? Britain is a bit like that. You turn a corner and there's something completely different there. The mountains, the sea, the brutal landscapes we have in the cities, the bucolic countryside. We are a tiny isles of lots of different elements.
During the development stages, we created a set of themes to help bring structure.
You have identity, the land, system, release, and then love, which is kind of the overriding theme of the whole thing. And the eventual idea was a system with rules and a system that was quite actually restrictive, but because it was so restrictive, it allowed in anyone. So you could bring in the voice of an auteur like Bafek, who's an incredible artist, or Elliot Power, Daniel Wolfe, or Maria Lax, and then someone like Daniel Leatok, who's a fine artist. It actually became 17 makers contributing to this. Some of these people are photographers, some are directors, and it felt that we struck on something that allowed everyone in.
I'm obsessed with systems, and the older I get, I realise that routine is great because then you can foster creativity within that.
Channel 4 was always a channel that you just would gravitate towards to find interesting stuff.
A memorable moment at Channel 4 is, funnily enough, at Idents, really.
Channel 4 just brought youth to the screens.
Even though we're at other ends of the country, we still have these same reference points of what we were like as teenagers.
This is like an iconic thing to be a part of.
Yeah, Channel 4 was a big thing for us. It's like the bonding experience.
Those two contrasting words, we're all together, but we're all different, and we've got this system that holds us all in the sort of Channel 4 universe. So you have the 4 at the heart, you have the cube, and then you have the camera move, and that's the 3 elements to the language of the system. The restrictions of the system allow for scale and perspective, orientation, texture and lighting, and we wanted to sort of break it up in a way that there was something for everyone. It's impossible to get everything in there, but it's got a good mix of, you know, it's got 25 ideas, and some of those are created in full CG. We've got one fully animated one. We shot 9 in the studio, which were studio builds, and then we have 2 others that were shot in the studio, which are Optical Arts and Dan Tobin Smith, which are texturally quite different. And then we went to Glasgow and did the location shoots, which the idea there was to really break out of the 6 walls of a cube and really like get that scope that we knew was there.
Really, the idents are the very pinnacle of creative expression for Channel 4. The idents themselves are a really special canvas for us, really. If you like, it's kind of the UK's biggest public art piece to really show off our Channel 4 values, to show off our commitment to showing things that are altogether different, to showing our viewers things that feel familiar, things that we can all connect with, but seeing them with fresh eyes.
It actually looks really simple, and it's actually
So
quite complicated. When I realised that, I knew we were onto something good, because those tend to be the best ideas. The camera, where it starts at the top of the move, is moving 25 times quicker than when it gets to the end of the move. So you can go from being in a very claustrophobic small space to an epic wide space outdoors.
It just feels like it just keeps turning. It's so wonderful. It's why we're also taken with optical illusions.
There's no way to do this unless you work collectively.
There's been this family vibe. It's been quite communal in that respect, and everyone's getting advice from one another, and there's a sharing of ideas and a support as well, which is nice. You know, everyone's rooting for each other.
So, guys, let's get our plates done.
Channel 4's ability to not take itself too seriously, that it is a precious thing, but it sort of belongs to everyone. This was meant to be a bit of like a mirror to the UK. Even if it's one thing in there you go, that represents me or that speaks to me, that would be a success from my perspective.
I just want people to see something that is reflective of modern Britain and British creativity.